everyone. Good evening. How's everybody doing? Yeah,
We need a little bit more noise, please.
That's a
How
little
is
bit.
everybody doing? Some more energy.
just a little
We are
bit.
here to celebrate.
Yes.
So please, can we hear more energy? How is everybody doing? Thank you.
That's more like it. Thank you so much. Wow. My name is Mugambi Ntega,
And I am Patricia Wangeshiki Horo.
and we are going to be your hosts for the evening. We have a very beautiful evening lined up. As you all know, we are here to pay tribute and remember our dear friend, Charles J. Ouda.
Charlie was a supernova. He was a bright light. He was generous. He was somebody that just gave us life. So we are here to celebrate that life. And we're so grateful that you are here, that you're able to make it here. And today will be a celebration. A celebration. So please, celebrate.
Yeah. Yes. This is going to be an evening of speeches, tributes, some performances. There's going to be a lot of love in the building, all right? And to have love in the building, we have to have you guys actually agree to have love in the building. So is there going to be love in this building tonight, ladies and gentlemen? All right. Thank you so much. We are going to begin by playing a video in tribute to him, and then we'll continue the program. Thank you so much, guys.
Just for fun, it's me fucking around with my song. I got Ronnie, I got the boys in the band. All right, here we go. That's true.
We have a speaker lined up. I'm sorry, we are figuring this out as we go along. This has been put together by a lot of people who love Charlie, and we're figuring it out as we go along. So thank you for that. I know we are just about to go in, and I'd like to bring up to the stage to share the eulogy on our dear friend Charlie. Please put your hands together for someone that we shared the stage with for the very first time 20 years ago, actually a little bit more than that. So I just want to make sure that she's ready. Is she? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and give a very warm welcome to Mkamzee Mwatela.
Hello. My name is Mkamzee. I will read the eulogy that Elizabeth Ouda wrote for her brother. On 3rd July 1985, the Ouda family welcomed a baby into this world, not knowing that he was destined for greatness. Contrary to what many believe, Charles Joseph Onyango Ouda was not named after his dad, the late Charles Akoff, but after his grandfather, the Reverend Charles Suba. To his older brothers, he was just the baby boy. To his older sister and partner in crime, he was to become the butt of all their jokes, the master of drama and self-diagnosed concussions. We should have known then the direction that this would take. This beloved baby boy honed his acting chops by throwing his siblings under the bus whenever he wanted to get away, to get his way with the parents. In 1987, he started his journey in education at the Riverside Farm Nursery School. He then stepped into the Ouda legacy by joining St. Mary's School in Standard 1. I wish I could say it was an uneventful time of his life, but it was 12 years filled with so much adventure and growth. It is hard to believe that this was just one lifetime lived. Amid this, he was introduced to the world of advertising with his first job as the poster boy for Omo. This was his first taste of fame and his first ever job. Thank you, Rose. Charlie, despite being a fat boy when he was younger, decided to follow in his older brother's footsteps and played a variety of sports, notably rugby, swimming, and athletics. Which meant he was no longer the butt of our jokes because he stretched out, got taller and leaner. So we all assumed sports was where his future lay. However, his acting talent found a fertile breeding ground in the lustrous artistic space that was encouraged through the St. Mary's Interhouse Drama, the annual musicals, and the IB Theatre program. This led to him growing friendships that cut across all ages and backgrounds. This is where Charlie found his true passion. His velvety voice, often compared to Marvin Gaye, had found a home in the band Crewin that he formed with his friends in St. Mary's. Even before completing his education at St. Mary's School, Charlie participated in competitions like Coca-Cola Pop Stars. In truth, Charlie was not looking for anything in particular except the opportunity to flex his artistic abilities and decide where it would take him. Right out of high school, he was able to continue pursuing his passion as he joined the Sterling Q ensemble of Luanda Man of Stone in 2003. And in the following year, he became the lead in Joseph and the amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Upon watching the show, Naomi Kamau invited Charlie to audition for Makutano Junction, and he was cast as Philip Pipi. He never looked back. Around the same time, he also auditioned for Better Days and played Tash for the last 2 seasons of the show. He participated in numerous other productions like Higher Learning, No Zone, and Discovery 254. On many of the shows, he wore his directing and writing hats as well. Amid all these shows, Charlie continued to participate in musical theater shows, Fiddler on the Roof in 2005, Malaika in 2005, The Sunbirds in 2006, Starling at 10, 2009, and Out of Africa, The Magic of Kenya, 2012. He also took on roles at Phoenix Players, Love by Shakespeare, Tom, Dick and Harry, Chat Room, 7 Stages of an Affair, and was cast in the movie The First Grader. In April 2013, Charlie decided that to be better and get more out of his craft, he would have to go where he would sharpen his skills and grow. Despite his extensive experience, he always believed that there was always more to learn and absorb. He applied to the Lee Strasberg Institute in New York, and in true Charlie fashion, he applied for the limited Eleonora Deuce Scholarship. He said, the worst they can do is say no. He got the scholarship and went off to New York to begin his 2-year conservatory program. During that time, he did so many works that it is impossible to list them all along with all the awards he attained. After graduating, he worked on several projects, most notably Exposure 36, Mad, Happy Birthday, Mr. President, Waiting Room, The German King, and did voice work for the series Quantico, among many others. All this while doubling up as bartender and deli server. In 2021, Charlie decided to come home. His sentiments were to grow the industry at home. It did not help to have only a few with the skills needed. A big believer in learning and growth, he decided to come home and work in the industry that molded him and helped to grow even more talent. He landed and did not miss a beat. He jumped straight into rehearsals for Subira and then appeared and wrote for shows like Crime and Justice, Salem, and Pepeta. He also began to hold workshops with young talent, passing on the immeasurable knowledge from his experience and what he learned in his time in New York. He also took part in Kipaji Lab as a mentor. He served as the casting director for Pepeta and workshopped with a cast who gave absolutely jaw-dropping performances. Charlie continued to work on his craft, writing shows, musicals, and recording music. With all of these activities and his busy schedule, we wondered where he found the time, but he met and fell in love with Shiro Morioki. They were truly such a lovely couple, and when he was ready to propose, he sat down with his mom and showed her the ring. We were excited for this new chapter in this fat baby's life. Charlie was a bright light and never asked for others to dim their light so he could shine. He was always ready to be everybody's hype man, and this his students can attest to. He was passionate about growing young talent and reigniting old talent too. On 3rd February 2024, Charlie passed away, but that light still shines. We see it through the talent he mentored and championed and the exemplary body of work he has left behind. The professionalism that he worked with has rubbed off on many and will continue to permeate throughout the industry. For us, his family and friends, that light will continue to shine no matter where we are. We will remember him through the memory of his bright smiles, the bear hugs, the morning singing, belting out show tunes, with every glass of Ribena, with every chapo day, through the eyes of his nieces, nephews, and God, children who adored him. Thank you. And thank you all for being here.
Thank you so much, Mkamze. For our first musical performance, a musical tribute to Charlie, we have Eric Wainaina singing We Are the People. Ladies, a big round of applause for Eric Wainaina.
Good evening, everyone. I'm going to be joined for this song by the wonderful Karimi Rembui. Making her way over here right now. Charlie sang this song on many occasions for auditions. But we're also going to be doing a medley of it with a song that Charlie used to come on stage and sing whenever we played our gigs. The song is called Sawa Sawa. So hi also to the people at home. I'm glad you were able to join us in this moment of love that we share for Charlie.
Tell me, you'll wonder how a man as great as you becomes such a fool. Now you leave me in search of something new. Tell me you don't see what is happening. You say you don't know what's going on, but don't say your fire has run cold now, and that the reason we loved you is gone. 'Cause we are your people, and we are your song, and we are your family, where you belong.
Guardian angel, won't you guide me across the waves to my destiny? I've stretched my rod as far as I can reach. Just say I'm alright, I'm okay, I'm alright, I'm okay. Sawa, 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 sawa. Another day and another hour. Power, power, power. I'm growing wings to fly like eagles. Higher, 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 higher. I'm reaching for the stars and further. Sawa, 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 sawa. Sawa, sawa. Every day in my dreams, I'm rising, it seems. There's nothing to hold me. I see the unseen. My faith is my anchor. My hope is my rudder. And nothing can harm me as I cross the sea.
And we are your people.
Oh, we are your people.
We are your song, and we are your family,
Where you belong.
yes, we are your people. We are your song. We are your family, where you belong. Yes, where you belong.
you so much. Brilliant performance from Eric Wainaina and Karemi Rimbui. That is a song that we performed on Charlie's very first professional stage project, Luanda Man of Stone, a song that was written by Eric Wainaina, and of course, the song from his first album, Sawa Sawa, which Charlie loved so much. Thank you so much for that. We are carrying on with the program. As we had said, this is a time for tributes. This is a time for people to just spread love all over. Thank you so much for those who are joining us at KNT. Thank you for those who are joining us from all around the world on the live stream. We're really happy to have you here. Up next, we want to hear a tribute from another very talented, very experienced actor here who got to work with Nick, with Charlie quite a bit. Spoiler alert, his name is Nick Ndeda. Please welcome him up on the stage. Welcome, Nick.
So, fun fact, the first time I met Charlie, I thought his name was Chris. I can't remember why, but we were auditioning for this. It was, you know those telenovelas? So you do the English version, and it's a Spanish thing. And so we had this audition, and I met him there, and I was like, hey, Chris, because I remembered him from Coca-Cola Pop Stars. But for some reason, I just thought his name was Chris. I don't know why. But then we did this amazing play called Chat Room, directed by the amazing Eugene Oyo. And every time Charlie and I would meet up for rehearsals, it was always one question. It depended on who would ask it first. Go buy fries. Go buy fries. So like most of the times, he ended up buying fries because I'd always say it before because I love fries. But anyway, that's another story. But the thing is, that was like in 2008. And since 2008, I'd known him. We worked together on so many different plays. We wrote so many scripts. We literally have so many scripts. We literally have so many scripts. But here's the thing, though. When Charlie left off for the States and he'd come back to Kenya, we'd always hang out and we'd always talk about industry, working, and just becoming better thespians at what we're doing. So when he came back, I was so excited. I was so excited. I literally moved next door to this guy just to be around him because he has very, very, very good ideas when it comes to not just being an artist, but being a person. Like, I admired two things about Charlie. One was I really admired how amazing of an artist he is, because, I mean, everyone could see it. But I also appreciate the human being that he is. Because not everyone is, you don't have to be nice. No, for real. You don't have to be nice to people. But you can always do your best to try and be the best version of yourself that you can be. And in that way, you end up inspiring other people to do their thing. So I really like that. I really like that about Charlie. It was always fun times. We talked about everything. He loved Transformers. We literally finished a play at 8:05, and we had to rush to 20th century because Transformers was starting at 8:35. And we made it, and it was great, and we loved it, and that is the reason why he was Optimus Prime. He was the leader. And now my leader is gone. But always the best, always the greatest, talented, very loving, and yeah. And yeah, man. I really miss you. I really miss my brother. But he was an amazing person. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nick. Thank you for your heartfelt tribute to Charlie, because I feel like we all feel the same. We are deeply, deeply mourning Charlie because he made such an impact on every single one of us. We know that as much as he was a huge talent, he also wanted to teach, he wanted to share, he wanted to give of himself and make sure that everybody who encountered him learned something, knew something. So up next we have the Talent Studios. He was a teacher, he shared, so please give a round of applause for the Talent Studios coming up next on stage. A huge round of applause.
Good evening, guys, friends of Charlie. My name is Kenamwigai, and we are the Talent Studio. The Talent Studio is one of Charlie's many, many projects, and it's a constant running acting and film training school. And we have 3 pieces to perform for you today. The first will be led by Renee.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. So I wrote a little piece for Charlie, and I'll just get straight into it because I don't want to get emotional. And just before I get into it, I'd just like to say all of us knew Charlie as such a hyper, fun person. There was never one dull moment in his life. And so as I do this piece, I just want to, reflect that from who he was. I'll keep this brief. Charlie was a true definition of phenomenal. Right now, I know the grief is real, but Charlie, your praises, they just keep going on and on. Can we just talk about that smile of his that just brought about some sense of peace? You gave it your all, a smile so bold, I swear, I could see all your teeth. A teacher, a director, a friend, a mentor, a brother, performer. I mean, the list cannot end. Charlie, you set the trend. Whenever we walked into class every weekend, we knew what to expect. Didn't want it to end, but to extend because you are a vibe that couldn't be contained. Nothing feels real about this being about you. I'll be honest, it's kind of a little hard to cope. And I'll tell you what, from my point of view, just the thought of you fills us with so much hope. Charlie, your impact was felt all around the globe. Rest well, friend. Until we meet again. Thank you.
Yo. I knew that I loved you more than I could love myself. I'm gonna make this real quick because I hate talking to people. Thank you so much for coming out.
I'll give you a couple of minutes to read that little message from his friends in New York. And just take that beautiful performance in. All right, people. Once again, thank you so much for being here as we pay tribute to our beautiful, our lovely friend, Charlie. Up next, I'd like to invite the director of Mediae. Mediae is the company behind such shows that Charlie was on as Makutano Junction and The No Zone. And I'm really glad to bring him up on this stage because you're so instrumental in particularly Charlie's early career. Please put your hands together for Mr. David Campbell.
Hello, thanks so much. My gosh, it's a very emotional time. And it was with great sorrow that we heard of Charlie's passing. It made us all together look back and remember the things that, and our connections with him, which were extraordinary. We started off when we decided to do Makutano Junction, which was replacing our radio soap, Tembe na Majira, because we were finding less people listening to the radio and more people getting hold of television, and we saw the power in television. Wherever you... Oh, that wasn't me. I first met Charlie when we were basically starting on the Kenya drama and interviewing people. We were interviewing actors, we were looking for crew members, we were looking for everybody to build it. And it was extraordinary how many people came. Some people, many people actually had no experience, but we gave it a go. And I think, as you know, it was really a big success in many, many ways, and one of the earliest dramas. And Charlie was absolutely a critical, valuable partner in that, because he represented the story about the youth. And it was complicated. He became the focus for millions of viewers around a wide range of issues relating to early relationships, sexual behavior, contraception, HIV/AIDS, abortion. We really covered those issues in the program. And I think for many, the first time that it was seen in this way in Kenya on television. He was so powerful and yet gentle. And it was his acting that pulled in literally millions of youth to watch the program. Him and Red. So it was Pippi and Red who led that whole situation, and they were amazing. I think some of you saw it, and you know it. It was fantastic. He was so powerful and gentle that we thought when we started No Zone that maybe he would be a really good person for young people to connect with. And boy, oh boy, did that work. He became, I mean, he really did become, for many young people, a real guide in life. I think, I don't know if all the people who know about No Zone, but the reason we did it was because many young girls were not making it from primary school into secondary school. And the reason was they didn't learn English. And so we did No Zone that revised every week for standard 2, 4, and 6, 1 hour for each of them on a Saturday morning. It revised what you should have learned that week. And at the time, the education system was struggling in Kenya. And it became really a powerful tool. When we started, I can't remember exactly what the figures, but around about 38 to 40% of girls were making it through to secondary school. 2 or 3 years ago, more girls were making it into secondary school than boys. And so a considerable amount of that was attributed to No Zone. And of course, Charlie was the presenter, so we really owe him a huge amount. 16 years later, Makutano Junction, the show ended, by which Charlie had left for the States to get a scholarship. It was 3 or 4 episodes before the end. We had to let him go. And the audience was very upset. We had a lot of people calling up and asking, where was he? Why was he not on the show? Of course, he went on to do his scholarship and then returned to Kenya. We were so excited to see him back. We are planning a new version of Makutano Junction called Makutano Mamas. And that's going to be starting filming later on in this year and become a new series. It may not be called Makutano Mamas, but that's the kind of program it is. It's a drama series focusing on improving the livelihoods and power of women. And that's what we hope to do. And Charlie was very excited about coming on board for that. So we really miss it. This is best wishes from all of us at media: Pat, Tony, Carol, Mamamboga, Sarah, Molly, Mercy, Louise, Vinny, and Pato, and so many other people in the room tonight. We really wish you the best. Thanks.
Turning my heart around, I'm losing track of what day I'm in, trying to make a sound. See, I'm hoping you hear me, 'cause in this instance, distance ain't working. So baby, come home. I said, baby, come home. Oh, baby, come home. 'Cause my home is wherever you are. Yes, my home is wherever you are. Wherever you are. I've been searching for you, you're so hard to find. I'm chasing adventures, I'm always on the fly. I feel immortal with you by my side. I'll be a fortress if you wanna hide.
Sweet Love Always Remains. Oh man, such beautiful pictures, such a full life, such a full performance life that this gentleman lived. I just loved looking at those pictures. As you know, he went to the Lee Strasberg Institute, and that is by far one of the finest schools, not just in the East Coast, not just in New York City, but around the world for acting, and he went and really shone there and took the step to come back so that he could bless us with what he had learned there, and I think we're all the better for it. We want to take a step out of the theater scene and go into the film scene, where he had an equally large footprint. And here to speak to us and give us a few words about how much Charlie meant to the industry that he works in is the CEO of the Kenya Film Commission, Mr. Timothy Owase. And he is going to be introducing the CS, for the Youth Affairs, Sports and Arts. That's not my place. It's not me who's going to be doing that. I'm introducing the man that's going to be introducing the man. That's my, he's on your level zangu kwa hiki tu. So I'm just letting you know. So please, before I introduce Mr. CEO, I just want to know, let you know, for those of you who are in the audience right now, we didn't do this housekeeping before it began. Please, if you want to make your way to the ladies or the gents, just make your way down the aisle on the side and out through that door on the right of the elevator. You'll find relief. For those of you at home, you know where to go. All right, so it gives me great pleasure to introduce the CEO of the Kenya Film Commission. Please put your hands together for Mr. Timothy Owase.
To the family of the departed hero, Charles Ouda, the Commission received the news of his passing with sadness. About passing of Charles Ouda, we convey our message of condolences to the film industry fraternity, and we seek that you accept our condolences. Charles was an incredible actor. We all loved him, but God loved him more. Let's condole with the family and support where we can, in whichever way we can, and let's do all that we can. We are a family as the film industry, and with that, I pray to God that he bestows all that we need upon him. May his soul rest in peace. Now allow me to invite our Cabinet Secretary, Honorable Babu Namwamba, who is the CS, Youth Affairs, Creative Economy, and Sports. Karibu Waziri.
I'm here really on behalf of the Ministry of Youth Affairs, Creative Economy and Sports, and on behalf of government to say poleni sana to the family and friends of Charles and to all creatives who all have benefited immensely from the immense, incredible contribution of the man you simply call Charlie. As the minister responsible for the creatives, I feel a great sense of loss for an incredibly talented young person, and the timing could not be worse. It comes at a time when we are making incredible strides to consolidate and unleash the full potential of the film industry in this country. And I have no doubt that Charles would have made an amazing contribution at this important moment, bringing his experience, his creativity to this sector that I have so much faith in. I have so much faith in the creatives of this country. I believe in the creatives of Kenya, in the creatives of Africa. And Charlie and those of his generation will always be appreciated, will always be celebrated. for showing the world what Kenya is made of, what the youth of this country are capable of. It's been really a terrible season for us. Just the other day, we lost another brilliant young boy, Kelvin Kiptum, world record holder in the marathon. Now here we are again, mourning another incredibly talented young Kenyan. Poleni sana. Poleni sana. As a ministry, as a government, we stand with you in this very difficult moment. We pray for the soul of Charlie. May the good Lord keep his soul well. And we pray for his family. There is a peace that comes from above that transcends all manner of peace. That is the peace I pray for you and wish for you. May God really hold you together and favor you with that peace. For the creatives, I have sat here, I've listened to a number of you, and I must say I'm incredibly proud of you. You are such a beautiful family, the family of creatives. You care about each other, you look out for each other. In life and in passing. That means a hell of a lot. I really, really laud you for that. So I just wanted to pass by to let you know that you have a minister here and a government that is working with you every step of the way. So, poleni sana. You did some get-together to put some resources together to support the family and preparations to give Charlie a fitting send-off. We didn't manage to join you for that, but we will be making our contribution to that directly to the family. Poleni sana, and God bless you.
The tribute from the government, Mr. Babu Namwamba, thank you so much. Up next, we have a friend, collaborator, actually friends and collaborators of Charlie. I'd like to invite Nice Githinji and Yokafi onto the stage to present something beautiful to honor our Charlie. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Nice and Yokafi.
I'm not so sure about beautiful, but it's going to be crazy, I promise you. The one thing I haven't liked about this face today is because everyone is saying hi, like, hi. And even your eyes are sunken. But that is not what Charlie was about. But why am I here? I am here because rumor has it that there has been a shift in energies in the afterlife. And from what I'm hearing, there's a gentleman we all know, you know, the man, the legend, who has caused this different rift. And because we don't like to speculate, please, put your hands together for Charles Charli Ouda, the man, the legend, Optimus Prime. Hey, how's it doing? How's it going? How's it going, bro? Hey,
yo, what's up, mama? What's up, mama? How you doing, mama? You all right, mama? Yeah, what's good?
So, fam, let me tell you. So, I've been hearing some crazy things. So, apparently, you went and changed the whole playlist for the entry to the afterlife. What's up with that? I mean, what happened?
Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna be honest.
You better be.
I'm not trying to trash anybody, but it was kind of sad, you know. So I decided to just switch up a little bit. You know what I'm saying, Mama?
Yeah, but the particular playlist you've included here is a bit off. Why? Why do people have to stand at the gates of the afterlife and go, I am not going to give away my shot? I mean, why Hamilton?
Bet. Listen. So a few years ago, I was in my apartment in New York.
Okay.
And I was just, going about my stuff, doing my thing. And I'm hearing this song and I'm like, yo, what's going on? It was just like, I am not throwing away my shot. I am not throwing away my shot. Hey, yo, I'm just like my country. I'm young, scrappy, and hungry. And I'm not throwing away my shot. Yeah,
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. And so the song at the time, I was like, bro, that's speaking to me.
I hear you. And you've been saying this thing about how the writer wrote it over 7 years, and so
Listen, Mama, I'm gonna tell you.
Tell me.
All right, let me lay it out to you.
Oh, lay it out, please.
So the writer is called Lin-Manuel Miranda. And he wrote this musical for 7 years, bro.
Oh.
7 years. And ain't nobody believed in that guy. But one person believed in him, and that was the light at the end of the tunnel.
I hear you.
And so my vibe is the afterlife is not the end. It's the beginning, baby. It's the beginning.
I got you, fam.
That's what I'm saying, fam.
I hear that. So this thing, there's also this other story coming through that.
Yeah.
You'll be calling all the shorties, hey, mama. And now souls are like going the other direction. It's a bit complicated up there.
Nah.
Charlie, you can't just go calling everyone, hey, what's up, mama?
Hey, listen.
It does something to a woman.
Listen. I bet. Let me tell you. You my sister, and I love you. All right? And so when I say, hey, mama, I want you to feel that love. You know what I mean? That's what I mean.
I see you. All right. So I just wanted to let you know one more thing before we finish this up.
Yeah.
Remember that role you helped me audition for?
Bro.
I got the email today, and let me tell you, I see you making the moves in the afterlife. I'm happy, okay? I have you. I've got my... Like, Charlie, thanks. But one more thing. I hear you're shooting something. Like, can you even shoot up there? What's the deal with that? I don't get it.
Listen. I'm Charles J. Ouda, all right? I get things done. So I just went up there and I said, okay, I'm going to get sanctions to shoot in the afterlife, all right? And guess who I'm collaborating with? I don't want to give too much, but...
Give it a guess. Give me a hint. Come on.
I feel like if I give you the hint, you're going to get it, but...
Okay, no, go ahead. Please,
right,
go ahead.
Shout out to my boy, Maina Olwenya.
Hey!
We're going to be doing some fun stuff. We're going to be doing, just a little bit here and there. The man is a legend. Just like me.
Just like you.
That's what I'm saying, man.
King Kong ain't got nothing on you.
Me. That's what's up, baby.
Thank you very much.
Charlie used to do that. I hated it when he would do it. Now I will do it for the rest of the performances in my life. Thank you very much,
guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for Nice and Nyokafi. Oh my goodness. And one more time for Charles Charli Ouda. Yes. Thank you so much for those who are joining us. You can see we have such wonderful representation in the house. I have been informed, and please bear with me for those who are here, that we have to make announcements considering those who are watching from elsewhere. So for those of you who are at the Kenya National Theatre, this one time, in honor of Charles, you can actually be on the grass. They say keep off the grass. You can be on the grass. So if you're standing on the side, please feel free to go and colonize that grass. Go and sit on that grass. Make use of the greenery of that grass so that we can celebrate Charlie together. All right, so we're going to go on swiftly with the program. We're laughing here, we're reminiscing, we're crying, we're going through all of the emotions here. And I think we're doing it exactly as Charlie would have us do it. So I want to call up onto the stage doing a series of readings in honor of her small brother. Please put your hands together for Liz Ouda.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for making the time to come out and honor Charlie. I told people a couple of days ago that I knew Charlie was famous, but I'm kind of overwhelmed by exactly how famous, because to me he was just the fat boy, the fat baby. So it's nice to see that the fat baby became this supernova giant that has brought all of you together. So the poem that I'm going to read, actually the story behind it is very funny. Someone mentioned the other day that Charlie will show up at a rehearsal day 1, and we'll have all 42 pages of the script memorized and he's ready to go. That is the kind of person that Charlie was. But what you didn't know is we would sit down and watch a movie, one sitting, and the next day he'd be reciting it back to me word for word. And for me, I've watched the movie, I've moved on. He's watched it and he comes back and he throws a very unmemorable quote in my mind. It's very unmemorable. And he says, yeah, this was from this scene in this part, and I'm like, you are such a geek. But that's what Charlie did. And once in a while, he would throw back the deepest quotes that would come out of a movie. And I remember him throwing this one back at me. And, you know, all of us who've done poetry, you don't quite get it until you get it. No, please, I am going to push through like this. So basically, I am not able to express the hole that he has left in my heart or in the hearts of my family, but perhaps this is best done with the poem Funeral Blues by W.H. Auden, which was actually from 4 Weddings and a Funeral. Stop all the clocks, cut off the telephone, prevent the dog from barking with a juicy bone, silence the pianos, and with muffled drum, bring out the coffin, let the mourners come. Let aeroplanes circle, moaning overhead, scribbling in the sky the message, he is dead. Put crepe bows around the white necks of public doves. Let the traffic policemen wear black cotton gloves. He was my north, my south. Fucking hell, sorry. He was my north, my south, my east and my west, my working week and my Sunday rest, my noon, my midnight, my talk, my song. I thought that love would last forever. I was wrong. The stars are not wanted now. Put out everyone. Pack up the moon and dismantle the sun. Pour away the ocean and sweep up the wood. For now, for nothing now can ever come to any good. This is the hole that he left in my heart and the hearts of my siblings and my mom. So, and I'm sure too many of you, but I'm actually gonna miss watching a movie and waiting for him to recite this back to me, the randomest quotes, because that was something we loved doing together. I got the chance to witness Charlie not only as an audience member, but because he invited me into his world, I got to also see him shine as a member of the crew, and it is astounding. And I'm deeply gonna miss him. I don't know how you guys are gonna survive on set without him, but watching movies has taken a different meaning for me now. And thank you so much, everyone, for all of your support, the outpouring of love. It will not be forgotten anytime soon. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Liz. Thank you. All right, so we have people watching the live stream from around the world. And I want to read some of the comments that are being put up by them. And when I mean like worldwide, it's worldwide. There's a gentleman called Daniel Napolitano. That does not sound like it's from here. He says, one of the greatest humans of our time, legend forever. Thank you, Charles Ouda. We have a John Carbone, who says, rest in peace. The world feels like a much darker place without the light that you brought into it. We have a Paul Andere. Oh, sorry, that's Andere. Sorry, Paul Andere.
Andere. Wow.
My mistake.
Mugambi lived in the United States, so there are some things lingering.
I apologize. Paul Andere says, rest in peace, Charles. We also have, and this is special, we have a Nancy Day. Now the music director on a lot of the plays that he did, including Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, which he played the lead role, and the J in Charles J. Ouda is actually Joseph. So we like to call it Charles Ouda Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. The music director was Mrs. Day, and she says, Mrs. Day joining from UK, I've known Charlie, AKA my second husband, tribute to him. Another tribute comes in, another comment from June Gashui, of course, someone that Charlie, I've gotten to work with and Charlie got to work with a lot. She says, Charlie, rest easy. Lord knows accepting this reality is far from easy. You shone so brightly, and I feel so privileged that we got to work together. Patricia.
Wow. It's a big wow.
It is.
I feel like I am just a special kind of human being because every woman that encountered Charlie had a crush on him. I did not. I can't say that I did not. I had a crush on Christian. If you're here, Christian, but Charlie was this like magnetic personality that just like drew everybody to him. And I am so privileged to be here speaking about Charlie and the impact that he had in my life. So privileged because we loved him. So Mugambi, who was a friend,
yeah,
a colleague,
absolutely,
a co-star.
Yep.
Please take it away.
So, how many of you remember? What was that show? You give me a reason for better day, for better days. You guys remember Better Days? Better Days was a phenomenon of a show, if you guys remember. And things that were a phenomenon on screen ended up in popular culture. And part of the popular culture of the day was a certain show called Chaguo Latinis. And you remember Chaguo Latinis. When you were Chaguo Latinis, you were certified. It meant that the teen said you were it. And Charlie was one of those people. Charlie, when he was being acknowledged, and he was up for an award, they had the whole cast of Better Days up there. And Charlie took off his shirt. And if I have any of the pictures here of what Charlie looked like then, there's that picture over there. Can you see the one, the color picture over there? That is what Charlie looked like. And people went
for a lot
crazy.
of us, we didn't see his face, we saw his abs.
Exactly, that's.
We just recognized his abs.
And Kenya's teenies said yes to Charlie's abs.
He had a great smile, but really it was his abs.
Yeah.
And most of us just saw like, body. Wow.
It was something else, man. And the thing is, when we're hitting our 30s and advancing in our 30s, a lot of us lost the abs that we had. Not that we had them, yes. But he maintained them. So I just want to before we go on to the next part of the program, I just want to thank once again Bwana CS. Thank you so much for being here. I've been informed that Bwana CS is going to be leaving shortly, and we just want to say thank you so much for your contribution. Maze Dude, you're like our cool uncle, man. So we're claiming you as the industry's cool uncle. You have said you believe in us, and we believe in you as well. This is synergy now. and we're going to create something that is greater than equal parts.
Let's keep this going.
Let us keep it going.
Let's keep it going.
Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Sasa, Uncle CS, thank you. All right.
So next up, we would like to introduce the magnificent, the effervescent, a song that Charlie loved. I loved it too, and I think a lot of us loved it. This is a song called Jahera by Lisa Noah Odwor.
Yeah.
Please, let's give a round of applause for this song.
We're listening.
Don't slip out my mouth. Just let me be the girl you always knew you'd give your love to in every kind of way. 'Cause I would wait all day to hear you say,
What a beautiful, beautiful song. Jahera by Lisa Noah Odwor. If your Shazam didn't work, this is the name. Jahera, Lisa Noah Odwor. Now, up next, we will be welcoming onto the stage Charlie's love. Charlie's bright light. Charlie's light. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming onto the stage Shiro, Charlie's fiance.
Is this thing okay? I would have memorized this, but I'm not an actor. Not even, and I'm not Charlie. Charlie would have needed 10 minutes with this. I promise you it's short. It's 1.5 space and a page and a half, so it's not going to go on too long. But man, Charlie would have loved this. Actually, scratch that. He loves this because I believe in my whole heart that he's here with us. So baby, I hope I do you proud. This isn't how I envision Valentine's Day. We definitely weren't going to go all grand. We just want that couple. We'd probably be home, either his house or mine. He'd make one of his elite sandwiches. Has anyone here had one of Charlie's sandwiches? My goodness, I think he'd put crack in those things. Anyone who's ever tasted his sandwiches can attest to this. Then he'd make me an incredibly strong cocktail, to marinate me. And then I'd probably force him to watch The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Yes, I did that to him, which he'd grumble about, but become weirdly invested in by the end. He knew all those women by the time I was done with him. But instead of that, I'm standing up here honoring this man, and it still doesn't feel real. You see, Charlie was a true artist. He appreciated every form of art, whether it was highbrow, esoteric film, or trashy reality TV, and everything in between. He was not a snob, not by any stretch of the imagination. He looked at art with a sort of childlike wonder, an opportunity to learn. Thanks to him, I gained a deeper appreciation of the creative arts. Watching every film became an education for me. He'd point out the storyline, the quality of the writing, plot holes, the difference between average directing and the work of a true visionary, and above all, great acting, because that was what Charlie was, a great actor. Until even sometimes I'm like, hey babes, just watch the movie. Like, not everything has to be a class. But that's what Charlie was. He was a visionary. The way he saw the world was just beautiful to witness. And he never wanted to gatekeep his knowledge. Charlie was a vessel that constantly poured into others. He gave of his time and expertise so selflessly. There are times I'd overhear him on the phone, sometimes promising to do some work for someone. And at the end of that phone call, I'd be like, wait, I hope they're paying you. And more often than not, he'd not even gotten to that point of the conversation. He'd just volunteer anyway. Now, the first time I ever saw Charlie on stage was several years ago when he was still at St. Mary's. I just finished high school, and my goodness, I thought he was so fine. Wow. With that smile of his that lit up the stage. If anyone told me that 20 plus years later, this luminous, effervescent man would ask me to marry him, I would have laughed you out of the room. You see, this love story of ours took me by surprise. When Charlie and I reconnected after I came back from New York, I wasn't really looking. I just lost my dad the year before and was still trying to navigate the enormity of that loss. So he and I began a friendship that later had some benefits. Si tulisema tunasema ukweli. But, after a while, it was clear that there was something between us that was completely undeniable. So I fought it. Then when I accepted it, now it was his turn to fight it. But there was this almost cosmic pull between us. Let me tell you guys, I'm almost 42 years old and I have never been loved like that. It wasn't about the grand gestures. It was about the comfort, the easy intimacy, that wonderfully silly friendship between us. Let me not lie to you, we've gossiped about most of you people in this room. We have gossiped you. And then there was the absolute safety. Charlie saw me, and I mean he truly saw me. It was such a big, beautiful love. The night he asked me to marry him, we were on his couch and I was wearing torn leggings and one of his t-shirts. And he got down on one knee and I cried. And to date, that is the most beautiful night of my life. There are so many people here that Charlie thought so highly of. I'll start with his lifelong best friend, his sister Liz, who he called Lizard. Liz, he loved you so much. And he used to say, Liz is the best of all of us. And he meant every word. Then there's Christian. I don't know if Christian is here. Well, he's not here. He's back at home. And he was the best man at Christian's wedding. Then there was his frequent collaborator, business partner and friend, Nice Githenji. Give it up for Nice. There was Nyokabi Masharia. There's Silas freaking Miami. Like, stop hiding, we see you. And then, of course, there's Konsura, who was his creative muse, who's watching right now in Bali. Daniel Napolitano, he talked about you guys all the time. You've had John Carbone's comment being read. That was a really good friend of Charlie's. He'd call him Bones. He thought so highly of you. If it was to start naming names, we'd be here all night. That's how big this man's heart was. The outpouring of love and support since Charlie's transition has been awe-inspiring to everyone who has called, texted, checked on us, sat with us, and contributed their time, their money, their expertise. There are no words. Just thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, my love, I speak to you. Thank you for showing me what true love really was. Thank you for being the perfect example of a gentleman and a real man. Thank you for being the kindest man I have ever known. Thank you for taking care of me. It is a privilege and honor of my life to have loved and be loved by you. Charlie, I will miss you until I join you. Thank you.
And now, for everybody in the house now, for everybody watching, for everybody that loved Charlie, for everyone that was touched by his light, let us have a moment of silence in honor of Charlie J. Ouda. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone. As the tributes continue to flow, we want to hear from someone who represents the wide circle of friends that Charlie had. A lot of them who were involved in the industry. You've heard her name already. She's all the way over there. We're going to clap her in as she comes through. Please put your hands together for frequent collaborator and co-founder of the Talent Studio, along with Charles J. Ouda. It's nice, Kivinji. Yeah, keep it going for her. She comes up.
Okay. So, Moffat has been on my case all week to write this thing, and I commend anyone who had the power and the strength to sit down and write it. I tried to write it on my way here, and then I just looked like a crazy girl. And so it's halfway, and so I think I'll just spitball the rest. Now, Charlie and I were child stars, and I say that because we got into the industry when we were 18. And those days were not like now. Now kids are getting into the job at 16. Parents understand the work. And when we were 18, 19, and I always assumed that we met on better days until Nyokafi today sent the Malaika pictures. And then I caught myself there. And I think Malaika was one of my hardest parts growing up in this industry. I say this because I was confused. I was young. I was impressionable, and I mostly fell out of place because here I was a girl from Makongeni and everyone in the cast is speaking through their nose, you know. And so it was just a very confusing and an uncomfortable space. And then rehearsals were all the way in Lavington, and bus fare was a big deal, and I'd see these kids who are younger than me, if not my age, driving in and out of rehearsals and stuff. But then Charlie, because it's Charlie, one day he walked me all the way to the bus stop. Alafu aka struggle na Sheng because you knew him, he could not speak Swahili for. And he tried so hard to make me feel included. Point is, that was just Charlie. We're going to stand here, and if everyone is going to come here, they're going to talk about the kind of person he was because of how kind he was. I am sad because I have lost my friend. I am sad because those kids for Talent Studio have lost the good cop. I am sad. It's true, he was always a good cop, and I remember the first class, there was a rumor going around that Charlie and I have decided who's going to be the good cop and who's going to be the bad one. I was like, nah, he's just a good person. Charlie was gracious. Charlie would never ask twice. When Shiro said he would say yes to work, that was probably me constantly asking him to do my show reels. And he would just do them. I don't know who's not going to do my show reels anymore. So I know he's looking down and he's happy and he's grateful that you're all here. And I'm glad that while he was here, you expressed how much you felt for him and you expressed his brilliance. The worst part about this day is because we were going to do this thing for the Legends edition and we were going to surprise Charlie. So this was not meant to happen with him not here. But I think one way or the other, life works the way it does. So to a legend, thank you very much.
Password. How did you?
You stole that money, didn't you?
You have no idea what you've done.
Then tell me, what is going on?
They are going to kill us all.
Who?
Where do you think the money comes from? Go ahead. I was dead the moment you brought me here.
Look, we can help each other. We can put you in a safe house anywhere you want. Just tell us their names.
Safe house. Nowhere is safe. See what happened to Milo?
All this drama for 300 million.
300 million is just what you people know about. Treasury has been losing billions for years. You are disturbing a lot of very powerful wallets here.
Whose?
If you're already dead, why not just tell us? What do you have to lose?
I don't know who they are. I just do the books. If anyone comes looking, they send an associate to deal with it.
An associate?
Killers. They're hiding in the shadows. They are everywhere. The prison, your neighbor's house, the shopkeeper across the road, your children's school, even here. Milo was one of them.
How do you know?
A few years ago, we had a problem with a journalist. Who do you think they sent to make it look like an accident?
If Milo works for you, why was he trying to kill you?
People develop their own agendas eventually. He became far too religious in the end.
And Joseph?
I paid him 10 million. All he had to do was keep his mouth shut and serve the 10 years. I would have gotten him out in 5.
But you fell in love with his wife.
No. That is not my fault. Joseph Muki would still be alive today if you hadn't gone to the prison to question him.
How, Atuako? If you've never seen them before, how do they get their money? How does it all work?
They send their representatives to collect it in cash.
Can you identify any of these representatives?
What's the point? You two will both be dead soon. To me, I'll probably go out like my predecessor, a heart attack. But you two, no. I'm thinking gas leak in your house. Or a faulty gun. Either way, in the end, it'll all be made to look like an accident.
Humorous.
On one condition. You have to tell Juliana that I'm sorry. I didn't have a choice. My life was in danger. I was going to leave her the house. I was going to leave her some money. I was not going to leave her empty-handed. Please. I poured my heart out. I told her everything that I was feeling and everything that I was going through, and I just thought to myself, why the fuck is there a border board outside? I want that blooper. Somebody tell I know you're editing this shit right now. As you edit this, I want that blooper. I want all the bloopers. You heard me? Huh? I know where you live. I know where you live.
You don't know that.
Huh?
I'm sorry, it's so stupid ass shit. Niggas are stupid. You know that, right? Set? Or is it the law that allows culprits to be shot and killed without a trial? Is it that law? Who's talking?
Silence! Namaste, we're rolling, guys! And I'll hold it there, ready? And...
I almost got it.
Yeah, good. On the phone call. On the phone call? Okay.
Alright, set.
Man. Just hold it, nigga.
I can't. I got ADD. please, just let me through.
Move! No, no, it's all right.
Guys, everything, guys, everything. Someone dead.
Yes, please.
Can we please kill the technical shit?
Get into character. Eddie.
If I'm there, it's always your place.
Principal, I'm sorry, I can come back.
No, it's totally fine. Actually, Mrs. Mufasa was just heading out, actually.
Exactly. I'll come for the lunch.
Yes, of course. Thank you, Mrs. Mufasa. Why don't you take the day off? Just stay at home, relax. Sitaki hiyo stress ya kazi ianze kuaffect my precious little Tatiana.
Well, unfortunately, my love, lazima niingie kazi.
You look, wow. Are you okay?
One of the judges pulled out. You're the perfect judge.
Mimi? No.
I just need you to go sit there and be a charming person that you are.
What? I don't have any charm left.
Baby.
Who the hell do you think you are? Sasa hii nini? Mbona unapanish mtoi wangu? First of all, do not ever barge into my office like that ever again. Who the hell do you think you are? Mimi ndio principal hapa. This is my school, my office. I make the rules. Now get out.
Ofisi yako, shule yako. Fees tunalipa ndio zinabai hizi vitu zote. Zinakulipa mshahara yako.
Exactly. Sometimes I want to just crawl into a giant hole, cover it up, and never come out. Because I have to. Because I have to make sure that my family, all of my family, is taken care of.
Thank you for getting into our lives. Thank you for the passion that you brought, for the joy, for your laughter, for your experience, for your guidance. It was such an honor and such a privilege to work with you every day that we had to spend time together, that we were allowed to spend time together. And I really know that I'm speaking on behalf of the whole crew, of the whole Naui team when I say you will be so deeply missed. We love you, and wherever you are now, we hope you're good, and goodbye.
Charlie stood for a particular kind of artist. I call them the soul artists. And Charlie was one of them. Who are the soul artists? They're the ones that feel the most. They jump in 150% into anything they do. They're the first ones out the door. They're the first ones to say, we can climb that mountain. They're the first ones to dare. They're the ones that stay long after everybody else said this is not going to work. They're the crazy ones. They're the ones that push other people forward. And Charles Joseph Ouda is one of these. They also leave a huge gap. And Charlie, we didn't do enough. We did not even begin to do enough. And let's do more. The universe will find a way. Let's do more. Much love to you, my brother. And this thing you did, which I was being told about, may you keep doing it where you are. And see you soon.
Dear Charles, I want to thank you for the passion and the skill and the experience that you brought into your work or your work with us. I want to thank you for teaching the young talents what you already know, for giving your knowledge to the next generation. I want to thank you for being such a fun guy, for having given us much happiness when we work together. So yeah, I know you're in a good place right now, so cheers, man.
If you've had the privilege of working with Charlie, Charlie is the kind of person that made you want to step up. Please clap for that wonderful tribute. What a wonderful representation of what Charlie was. And now we're going to have the final tribute to Charlie. If you've had the privilege of working with Charlie, Charlie is the kind of person who made you want to step up. You think you're good, then you meet Charlie, and you're like, I need to step up. Charlie was the kind of person who made you feel like, I'm not doing enough, but he makes me see what capabilities I have. I think I'm amazing. Charlie will show you, oh, you can be way more than that. We're going to have the final tribute, and this will be from Angie Musira and Caro Coach Odongo. And this will just be a tribute to his work, his career, and the amazing human being that he was. He brought joy, he brought excellence and discipline to any set that he was on. And if you've worked with him, you can attest to that, right? You know this. So please, let us give a round of applause to this final tribute. I'd like to call onto the stage Angie and Caro Coach Odongo.
Thanks, Pat and Mugash. You've been doing a wonderful job. Thank you, Baraza Media Lab, for hosting this. It's very special. It means a lot to all of us, I'm sure. And I'm honored to be up here with Coach who, as her name suggests, has coached all of us. When I was asked to do this, I started to think, this can't just be my words. It needs to include the words of other people, other friends, actors, crew members, collaborators, people who together we've known Charlie, I don't know since when. And a lot of people came back to me and said, AJ, it's hard. I don't know what to say. Angie, it's heavy. I don't know what to say. And some people did send in some messages, which I would like to convey here. I will try to keep it as short as possible. But I want to start by saying that when we lose someone who's dear to us, we can't help but find ourselves reaching back to the beginning, kind of hoping to reclaim some of those moments. You know, like rewatching your favorite movie, clinging to every line of dialogue, wanting to kind of experience those moments as if for the first time again, but you obviously memory doesn't work like that. Recently, I've been struggling to recall how our paths first crossed, and for the life of me, I can't. Was it Phoenix Players? Was it Makutano Junction? Was it National Theatre? I don't remember. I literally don't. I envy those of you who do. I can't seem to piece it together. To me, Charlie simply appeared one day. One moment I was oblivious to his existence, and then in the blink of an eye, he was like, you know, one of those scene-stealing characters. He suddenly became a series regular in the narrative of my life. It's weird. He's a writer, so he'll appreciate this dialogue, this analogy. I don't know, man. If only I could rewind this movie, maybe I could unravel the mystery, but unfortunately, don't worry, homie, this is not going to be an account of our misspent 20s. Those moments I will hold on to jealously and steadfastly. I have a message from Charlie's co-star Wanja, who Thump talked about earlier. Or if you don't know, Thump is David Campbell. We very dearly, endearingly called him Thump. Wanja recounted to me how she first met Charlie. They met at the audition for Makutano Junction. And they were looking for this young couple. And Wanja's character was meant to be a great singer. Unfortunately, Wanja describes herself as just an okay singer who on a good day can carry a few notes. But then as they walked into the audition, as they were getting ready for the audition because they were paired to audition together, Charlie said to her, Charlie suggested many songs, and she was like, I know 2 lines from maybe one of those songs. Me, I don't know these songs. And then as they were walking in, he suggested, okay, so Cheki, this is what we're going to do. I'll start the song, you chime in on the lines you know, and then when I'm singing, you can ad-lib as much as possible. Nobody will be able to tell. The rest, as you know, is history. Those 2 performed on that show for nearly, I think, 8 seasons. That show catapulted both of them to great heights. And Wanja is heartbroken. She badly wanted to be here, but couldn't. Charlie had a knack for just suddenly becoming important in your life. He became the person to turn to for a kind word, a smile on your face when you needed it, a well-timed gesture that made your day better in even just a small way. Damaris Irungu, who was also a writer on Makutano Junction, told me a story from their time in the writer's room about how she once made a throwaway comment that no man had ever given her flowers. And the next morning, Charlie appeared with a massive bouquet for her that he'd probably had to carry around in a jav from Loresho to Karen for no other reason than just to put a smile on a colleague's face. That's just how he lived. Colleagues became family, and family was very often colleagues. Just ask Liz. Makbul Muhammad, he's an actor and a radio presenter. Makbul struggled with this, but sent me this message today saying, Charlie was my little brother. He was famous 5. If you know, you know. He's never not been there. When I was at my lowest in 2017, he was thousands of miles away and struggling through life in New York himself, but he checked in consistently, incessantly, even when all he could offer was words of comfort. Those words meant more to me than I can say. Rest in power, baby bro. This is the man I want to remember, the one who shared himself so openly with us, who mentored, who cared for, supported, and courageously leaped with us, the one who didn't shy away from leading, the one who embodied every character he played and approached them all with respect, with empathy, and with heart-stopping honesty. Charlie, you were never more honest than when you were on stage. In the words of your favorite on-screen hero, Optimus Prime, when the account of the ages is etched into the cosmos, let those who exist long after us know that this was our finest hour. That was an especially brief third act, homie, but it's a print, no notes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Angie. That was very touching. I just want to talk a little bit about Charlie in terms of the journey he has had and how he handled his work. I had the privilege of working with Charlie on his last project, which was Salem. I was one of the directors. We had a rap party with him on the night that he left us. When I look at Charlie's journey all the way from Makutano Junction, No Zone, you know, all the stuff he has done, right up to Salem, I am just awed by how much this guy had done. And the first thing that comes to me is humility. That Charlie was such a humble person. You know, a lot of us, if we had as much skill and creativity as Charlie had, the whole world would know. But he never shouted about it. You know, you really had to dig deep to find out what Charlie was about. When I watched him on the Salem set, you know, I was so amazed because I was a bit apprehensive. This was my first time working with Charlie. I had never worked with him. I've worked with so many actors, but Charlie I had never worked with. So I was a little bit apprehensive. I was like, oh my God, this guy, he's got so much experience, he's done so much. You know, will I live up to his expectations? But I met a very humble, down-to-earth, professional person. And it was so impressive. And, you know, I observed how he related with all the other actors. You know, when they're in a scene together, he has to make sure his scene partner is as prepared as he is. And, you know, I look at that and I'm like, how selfless you get. He's preparing for a scene. He wants his space. Do not intrude in his space. Very professional. But then, when we call cut, you meet the goofy Charlie. The one who is twerking and sagging his trousers and has the biggest laugh and the biggest smile in the room, and you're wondering, what? You know, who is this character? And then you listen to him speaking to the actors. You know, one of the young actors, Mwende Kingori, mentioned to me the other day, Charlie was such a mentor. He kept asking me, what have you done before? What are you planning? What do you want to do after this? You know? And he had like personal relationships with each and every person in such different ways. One person will tell you we were discussing a project. The other one will say, I just mentioned that I like this kind of cake, and the next day he brought the cake on set. Yeah? And somebody else would mention something. Everything was so diverse, but he had such a personal relationship with each and every person. And out of these conversations, what came through to me is that Charlie had so many projects he was planning for. There were countless projects. I've heard about a project for kids. I've heard about scripts that he had written. He had conversations with people about TV series that were going to do. There was a stage play that was going to be amazing. And I think him having left us so abruptly, the onus is on us, isn't it? As an industry to carry through what he started. And we know ourselves, the people who've had conversations with him, Koi Ndirangu, Jackie Matubia, Nick Ndeda, you know, we've all had conversations with him about projects that he wanted to do, but he was not able to finish. And I hope that we can finish these projects on his behalf and keep his legacy going, because Charlie was a selfless, loving, and very, very humble human being. I just want to leave you with something small about what we are all going through, and I'm sure we've all experienced this. There's so much pain of losing such a dear person so quickly, so suddenly like that. What do we do with the pain? Where do we take this pain? And I think it came to me the other day. I got people who sent these Bible verses, and I read one just the other day, and I said, oh my God, this has just come in the nick of time. Because it said, we learn from each other's pain. So We have all experienced pain at various points in our lives. We share what we have experienced, and we learn from each other on how we navigate pain, but there is always a lesson to be learned through pain. And I want to ask each one of us to just think about what lesson Charlie has left with us after giving us so much in life, and then the pain that we're going through now. Rest well, my brother Charlie. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, AJ. Thank you very much, Caro, Coach Odongo. Such beautiful tributes. And AJ, thank you for collecting those tributes on behalf of the people that worked with Charlie all through the years. We acknowledge that it's very difficult to find the words to describe what we're feeling right now. And we just want to appreciate everyone that's putting in words and talking to us about how much Charlie meant to them. Going over to the comments on the live feed, a cat, Roberta, says, sending you all the love, Shiro. This one is for you, Shiro. Nodding out of our movies and singing with you and Charles will forever be etched in my heart. We also hear from Daisy Michelle. She says, Charlie saw potential in us, the youth. He pushed us to our limit and told us to go for it. Always checking on me, always checking on us. We've lost a great, great friend. I don't know if I'll have courage to audition again. And I'll read one more from someone called Wekeholic. Wekeholic, sawa. Charlie is and will always be a force. Anyone who interacted with him can attest that he left an encounter with him knowing more than you did before you met with him. May his soul rest in power. I also want to acknowledge those who are watching us from the Kenya National Theatre. If you're following the live feed, then we have cameras on the people at KNT right now. People at KNT, please just wave at the cameras and say hello and show some love to Charlie. Show some love to those around the world who can see you. So I think the camera is behind you, so turn around. Aya, Apple. So, meona camera. Are you ready? On 3 for Charlie. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we can do it here as well. Yeah, we can do a crossover. We can, like, cinematic universes can come together. Are we DC or are we Marvel? Oh no, Shiro decides this one. We are Marvel. We are Marvel for sure. All right, so we have DC all the way. So on 3 for Charlie, as loud as you can. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you so much, guys. And thank you for those who are watching, those in KNT, those over here at Baraza. Thank you so much for everyone who's making this possible. We are now going into our final performance of the night. I have to say this as part of the history of Charlie. Like I said, his first professional stage role, and by professional I mean the one that he was getting money in his pocket for, was called Luanda Man of Stone. It was a musical adaptation of the story of Luanda Magere, which a lot of us know, one of the most famous folk tales that takes after the story of Samson and Delilah. It's one of those things that is one of an archetype of storytelling. But my goodness, under the musical direction of Eric Wenaina, under the direction of our director Pauline Komu, under the choreography of a lady called Chimi Chwea and another lady called Liz Ouda. Liz Ouda was actually one of the choreographers on that show. I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that that was one of the finest stage shows ever made. Luanda was played by Gowi Odera. His arch nemesis Opul was played by Makbul Mohammed. I mean, it was just beautiful. Akarimi, who you're going to see on stage, was the love interest that was brought to confuse him so that he would end up, getting killed in the end. Spoiler alert, Luanda dies in the end. And it was just such a beautiful thing. And there was actually a very, very, very special relationship that musically that Charlie had with Eric Wenaina. And Eric, I'm so glad that you get to be on this stage and pay tribute to him. Eric Wenaina, please take it away. Featuring Karimi Rimbui.
Good evening, everyone. The song I'm going to sing is Hymn. And it's a dedication from friends of Charlie Ouda. We were all friends in high school. And we had a band called Crevin Band. And our friends who are watching online, most of them who are not in the country, I represent them this evening. And I'm going to sing a song that Charlie loved, different types of songs. He loved gospel songs. He loved everything. He was eclectic that way. And, you know, when words sometimes fail, the best thing you can do is pray. And I hope that this hymn would be a blessing to you all and the family. Hear our earnest prayer, O Lord. Hear our humble cry. Precious, loving, caring Lord, on whom we rely. Ever-loving, ever-living God, on whom no one can compare. 'Cause all we ask is that you hear our prayer. Lord, give us strength, most holy Lord, strength to meet this day. Lead us by your word, oh Lord, guide us in your way. For life is filled with winding turns. We have often lost our way. 'Cause all we ask is that you lead the way. Lord, take me home with you, my Lord, when my life is through. Take me home with peace, my Lord. Let me rest with you. When I fought the fight and I've kept the faith, and my race on earth is won, Lord, all I ask is that you say, well done. I'll say that one more time. Lord, all we ask is that you say, well done. Amen.
You all ready? Episode 31, Scene 2 and Scene 4, Slate 500, Take 1, Second Sticks, Common Board. You all ready? Episode 31, Scene 2 and Scene 4, Slate 500, Take 1, Second Sticks, Common Board.
Is it done? Wait, sorry. Okay. My bad. Guys, we are now coming to the end of this. We are actually at the end of this gathering here, but the formal part. My dad, at the end of family functions, used to say, now the ceremony is over and the party begins. And the reason that we are giving this time, and we're ending early, in quotes, is we want to enjoy the time together. And just reminisce and talk about all the beautiful things that we remember about Charlie. I think in speaking about those things, we create even more beautiful times. And Charlie is looking down on us and saying, yeah, I did that.
Charlie was my brother. My mom is here because Charlie was her son. I think Charlie had such an impact on every single person. Charlie was the kind of person that made you feel like you're not just a friend, you're not just an acquaintance, you're part of his life. And I would like to acknowledge every single person here because we acknowledge that Charlie was a big part of your life. So please, let's give a round of applause for Charlie. Charlie. You don't just know Charlie, you love Charlie. You love him. From afar, from close, you love him. We're going to acknowledge him now, so please. Thank you to the Baraza Media Lab team. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Morris. Thank you, Lillian. Thank you, Yuri. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Javan. And thank you, Lisa.
A lot of people brought this together. We also want to acknowledge the team from Sema Box. I see you guys working so hard. Thank you to Kwambox, to Siwaka, to Dushi, to Doris, to Owen, to Gerald, to Sunny, Omosh, Stanley, Pau, Kadomi, and Dan. A hand for them, please, the Sema Box team. Thank you.
Thank you to Anyiko. Ooh, Anyiko, thank you. Thank you to Mkamze.
Our planning team.
We see you and we love you. Thank you to Nice. Thank you. We love you. Thank you to Nyokafi. To SM. Thank you to Moffat, Daniel, Gazoni, Eric, Veronica, you, Mugash.
You, Patricia.
Yeah. Thank you to Corinne, Christian. Hey, Christian. Wow. Thank you to Obra, Amelina, Ledama. Guys, Charlie was loved, guys. Charlie was loved, but also Charlie loved us. We had no doubt that Charlie loved us. Thank you to Becky. Thank you to Jennifer. Thank you to Noni, Karemi, Marcus, Shiro.
We want to thank Wanjeri as well. And of course, thank you, Wanjeri. All the sponsors that made this possible. A lot of people came under very, very, very short notice and said, yeah, we're getting in on this and we're going to support in any way we can. Thank you to our hosts here, the Baraza Media Lab and the team. Yes. Hiya, you are their visitors. To Sema Box. Yes. The Kenya Film Commission, the other KFC. A hand for them, guys. Come on. We also want to thank Modo Media. I want to thank Wangwe, who did the designs of the posters that you see, so beautiful. And finally, to Mr. Michael Odhiambo. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Miko. And family, thank you, Liz. Thank you, David. Yo, we're here. We love you. We love you. We love you.
We do.
We love you.
We do. We do. We also want to thank our other hosts on the other side, the Kenya National Theatre. So many. That picture that you see there, the selfie, that's in a theater. Charles Ouda is talking about how good it felt to be back. one of the people giving a tribute said that when he came back from New York, he jumped right into a rehearsal, which is true, for a play called Subira. And I believe that this was in the middle of that. So he says, it's been very many years since I stood on this stage. And officially, it has been over 500 days since I stood on the boards anywhere. Today, I am extremely, extremely grateful. Anyway, back to rehearsal.
Me personally, myself, I've known Charlie for 23 years. I'm just telling you my age.
Okay.
23 years.
Yeah.
But Charlie was a light. And it's like, the first time I met him, I don't remember anyone else who was there. I just remember him. He was just so magnificent. And so...
Incandescent.
Incandescent. Thank you for your English, please, because me in English imenipotea.
It's all right. Because I'm incandescent to a Meru is hand.
No, I'm not even Meru.
Yeah.
But I am Kikuyu, but ningesema tu, he's just like bright. He's a light. He's a light. He's a light. He's very lightest. Lightest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, thanks.
At KNT right now, there are people who are lighting candles in honor of Charlie. And to those who are in KNT who are watching this, please hold on to those candles. And wherever you are, wherever you go from this point on, please light a candle. Okay, are we going to do the thing? Let's do the thing. Why not? David Moredi, I see you. DJ Delight, I see you. Let's get our candles up for Charlie. Yangu inakata. It's okay. No, there we are. So let's get those up. This makes for a beautiful photo opportunity. So could our people on the cameras come this way? And for just a brief moment, if anyone has access to those lights, let's get those lights up so the house lights can go out for a moment so we can see them up. So Eric is helping us out with the music. Once we have a melody going, I'm going to ask you to lift up your phones and we're going to just have them sway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much for being here. We'll keep those lighters up. Eric is going to be performing a medley, and just so that we can... Eric, you didn't know that? Me? I'm sorry, it's fine. So let's just get those, we want to get this and we want everyone seeing, just get those lighters up and just wave them in the air.
Put your lighters on. Put your lighters on. Bring the lights down. Zimata, please. Please, Zimata, so that we can see the touch of the phone. Guys, put the lights out, please, guys.
All right.
A moment. It's a moment. And the next, those other ones.
Yani tunazima zote. Okay,
Zima.
fine. Let's do it. We might as well commit
Zima.
to this.
Kenya Power, where are you now? We need you. We need you now. Come on. And the last one. Zima yote.
Tunangoja hiyo izimwe. Kuna mtu ajui kuzima hiyo light. All right.
you.
Now we can see you. Oh, you guys, it looks so wonderful
This
from
is
here.
good. Wow.
All right.
Wow.
That's beautiful, you guys.
Please wave your arms.
Charlie, we can see this is all for you. Loved by so many people. Keep this light going, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much. That brings us to the end of this night. It's by no means over. Please share some love with someone. We are doing this one more time for Charlie. So, Charlie on 3. 1, 2, 3!
We love you, Charlie. We love you, Charlie. We love you, Charlie.
Thank you so much.
We love you, Charlie.
We do. People have a good night. This is by no means over. Like I said, the ceremony is done and now the bonding begins.